Let me tell you something most narcissists will never say out loud. Sometimes they screw up. Not just in a little oops way, but in a career-ending kind of way. And nothing makes them regret their choices faster than picking a fight with a super empath. See, they expect the usual victims. The ones who freeze, who doubt themselves, who crumble under the weight of manipulation. That's their bread and butter. Easy pickings. But a super empath? That's a whole different animal. On the outside, they look soft, kind, gentle. But underneath, that's tempered steel. They've felt pain before, and instead of breaking, they've learned how to turn it into armor. Which means when a narcissist goes after them, they're not dealing with prey, they're dealing with an opponent. And here's the problem for the narcissist. The tricks, the lies, the guilt trips, they stop working. In fact, they start backfiring. Every jab they throw lands right back in their own face. So yeah, there's a reason narcissists regret going toe-to-toe with a super empath. And it starts with this. Firstly, the predator meets the lion-hearted. Narcissists see themselves as hunters. They think they're the wolf, the shark, the apex predator. And maybe, in most cases, they are, because most people they target don't see the attack coming until it's too late. But when they lock eyes on a super empath, it's a whole different game. At first, they think they've found another easy target. Someone kind, someone forgiving, someone who will bend over backwards to make things work. And for the first couple of moves, it looks like they're right. The empath listens, forgives, understands. Until the predator pushes too far. That's when the lion heart shows up. The steel spine. The voice that doesn't shake anymore. And suddenly, the narcissist's carefully staged hunt turns into a standoff they didn't prepare for. It's the moment they realize, oh, this one bites back. The narcissist's usual power comes from fear. Fear of losing them, fear of their disapproval, fear of being alone. But super empaths don't run on fear. They run on truth. And truth is like kryptonite to a narcissist. It cuts through their lies, dismantles their false image, and exposes the predator for what they are. It's not loud, it's not dramatic, it's unshakable. And for a narcissist used to dominating, that's terrifying. Because once the lion-hearted stands up, there's no going back to obedient prey. The hunt is over, and the hunter just learned they're not the only one with teeth. Secondly, emotional X-ray vision. Narcissists survive by hiding their real selves under layers of charm, pity, intimidation, whatever mask works in the moment. Most people see the mask and never look deeper. But a super empath, they see straight through it. It's not magic. It's pattern recognition. They notice the twitch in your smile when you're lying. They catch the way your story changes by one word every time you tell it. They hear the pause in your voice that doesn't match the emotion you're faking. To a narcissist, that's infuriating. They've built their whole power structure on the assumption that people won't notice, that they can hide their motives in plain sight. But with a super empath, it's like trying to bluff while your cards are face up on the table. Every gaslight attempt, exposed. Every guilt trip, dismantled before it even lands. Every sob story, parsed like a con-man sales pitch. And it's not just that the empath sees the truth, it's that they say it. Out loud. In front of the narcissist. No trembling voice, no apologetic tone. Just, that's not true and we both know it. That cuts deeper than any insult. Because a narcissist can handle hatred, but they cannot handle exposure. Thirdly, turning pain into ammunition. Here's where narcissists really lose control, when their attacks don't weaken the target, but strengthen them. See, most people, when they're lied to, betrayed, or insulted, they fold in. They question themselves. They get smaller. That's what the narcissist wants. A shrinking opponent is easier to dominate. But a super empath takes every blow and turns it into a lesson. They don't just survive the pain, they use it. You mock them, they see the insecurity that drove you to do it. You betray them, they learn exactly how far you're willing to go. You try to isolate them, They remember who their real allies are. Every wound becomes armor. Every insult becomes intel. Every betrayal becomes a brick in the wall they'll eventually use to keep you out. The narcissist's cruelty doesn't destroy them, it forges them. And that is the nightmare scenario for a narcissist. A target who grows stronger the more you try to break them. It's like trying to put out a fire with gasoline. And once the empath has that stockpile of hard-earned wisdom, they don't just defend themselves, they start calling the shots. Which means the narcissist, for the first time, is no longer the one running the game. Fourthly, the mirror they can't shatter. Narcissists hate mirrors. Not the glass ones, the human ones. A super empath is the kind of mirror they can't throw across the room or conveniently avoid. Every time the narcissist tries to manipulate, twist, or disguise their intent, the empath's reactions bounce it back in real time. They don't even have to say anything fancy. Sometimes it's just that look, the one that says, "I know exactly what you're doing." And that's enough to shake the narcissist because it's proof they're not in control of the narrative anymore. It's brutal for them. Why? Because their entire life is a performance. And the empath is the one person in the room who refuses to clap, refuses to play along, and refuses to pretend it's a masterpiece when it's clearly a mess. The narcissist can try deflection, denial, or straight-up rage. But it doesn't erase the fact that, for once, someone sees them completely, not the edited version, not the mask, but the raw, ugly truth. And the worst part, the empath won't let them forget it. Fifth, starving the supply chain. If a narcissist's ego is a machine, then emotional reactions are the fuel. Fear fuels it. Anger fuels it. Desperate love fuels it. A super empath knows this, and they know the fastest way to shut down that machine is to pull the plug. No more feeding the drama. No more taking the bait. No more long, exhausting conversations designed to fix something that was never meant to be fixed. The narcissist throws out a jab. Silence. They try to guilt trip. Neutral face. They start the same old fight. No reply. This isn't passive aggression, it's tactical starvation. The empath refuses to provide the one thing the narcissist needs to survive, emotional supply. At first, the narcissist will scramble. They'll up the attacks, try new tactics, even play nice to reel the empath back in. But when none of it works, panic sets in. Because without supply, the narcissist isn't powerful, they're just empty. And the moment they realize they can't provoke the empath back into the game, that's the moment the tables turn for good. Sixth, outlasting the mind games. Narcissists love games. They live for the back and forth, provoke, retreat, provoke again. They want you running around the chessboard while they sit back thinking 10 moves ahead. A super empath, they don't play for speed. They play for endurance. This is where the narcissist starts losing steam. Every game they set up, the guilt trap, the silent treatment, the sudden bursts of fake affection, the empath doesn't react right away. They pause. They think. They watch. The narcissist hates the pause. The pause means they're not controlling the rhythm anymore. And when they're not controlling the rhythm, they're losing. Over time, the narcissist starts getting sloppy. They repeat old tactics. They contradict themselves. They reveal too much in frustration. And the empath, patient as stone, just keeps collecting data. Because while the narcissist is trying to win today, the empath is thinking about winning for good. And that's the thing about patience. It's a weapon most narcissists don't even know how to fight. Seventh, walking away without looking back. For the narcissist, the fight isn't over until they say it's over. Which is why the ultimate defeat comes when the super empath ends it and doesn't come back. No long farewell speech. No, we can still be friends. No chance for the narcissist to rewrite the ending. Just silence, permanent, unshakable silence. It's not ghosting. It's not revenge. It's simply removal, the empath stepping completely out of the narcissist's orbit and refusing to be pulled back in. And for the narcissist, that's pure torment. They can't stand not having the last word. not being able to test their control one more time. They're left with no closure, no stage, no audience. That's when the reality hits them. They didn't just lose the game, they lost the player. And the beauty of it, the empath isn't sitting around thinking about them anymore. They're rebuilding, thriving, moving forward, so fast the narcissist can't even keep up in their imagination. For someone who feeds on attention, that's the harshest truth of all, realizing they no longer matter to the one person they couldn't break. So here's the truth in plain language. When a narcissist tangles with a super empath, they think it's just another hunt. But they're dead wrong. They expect prey. They get a lion heart. They expect to blind you with lies. You've got X-ray vision. They try to wound you. You turn it into armor. They hate the mirror you hold up, but they can't break it. They try to feed on your reactions. You starve the supply. They drag you into games. You outlast every single one. And when it's finally over, you walk away without a shred of hesitation, leaving them choking on silence. That's why they regret it. Not because they learned a lesson or grew as a person. They don't work like that. They regret it because they couldn't win. Because every weapon they fired at you jammed in their hands. And the best part, you didn't have to destroy them. You just had to stop letting them destroy you. So if this resonated, if you've been that empath, or you're becoming one, don't just watch this and nod. Take it, own it, live it. And before you go, subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and watch the other videos here. Because the more you learn, the harder you are to play, and the sooner you start living on your terms again.